Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. The studio lights had always loved Kelly Ripa. For decades, they followed her every laugh, every quick comeback, every morning greeting that felt like an invitation into millions of homes. But on this particular morning, the light seemed softer, almost hesitant, like they too knew something was ending. Kelly sat in her familiar chair, cue cards resting untouched on the table. Across from her, the audience buzzed with the usual excitement, unaware that this episode would be remembered not for jokes or celebrity interviews, but for a goodbye no one was prepared for. She smiled, as she always did, but for the first time, it didn't quite reach her eyes. "Before we start today," she said gently, her voice steady but warm, "I need to share something personal." The room quieted. Cameras rolled closer. Somewhere behind the scenes, a producer froze mid-step. Kelly spoke of time, how it moves faster than anyone expects. She spoke of mornings that blur together and moments you assume will always be there, until suddenly they aren't. Then she said his name. Mark. For years, viewers had watched Kelly and Mark Consuelos as one of television's most admired couples, playful, supportive, unbreakable. They teased each other on air, told stories about their family, and made love look like something that grew stronger with time, not weaker. But life, as Kelly explained, doesn't always follow the script. Mark had reached a turning point of his own. A quiet one, a deeply personal one. He didn't need headlines or applause. He needed presence. He needed his partner beside him, not under studio lights, not racing from rehearsals to meetings, but fully there, in the moments that don't make it on camera. Kelly paused. Her fingers tightened slightly around her mug. "I've spent my life showing up for this job, and it's given me everything. But now, someone I love needs me to show up in a different way." The audience felt it before they understood it. A ripple of disbelief passed through the room. She wasn't retiring because she was tired. She wasn't leaving because she had to. She was walking away because she chose love. Social media exploded within seconds. Fans stared at their screens in shock. Headlines began to form, but none could capture the weight of the moment. This wasn't just a career move. It was a sacrifice wrapped in grace. Kelly shared one final memory, a late night at home, scripts spread across the table, Mark quietly watching her from the doorway, not asking her to stop, not demanding anything, just smiling, proud, but tired in a way only someone carrying too much can be. "That's when I knew," she said softly. "Some chapters don't end because they're empty. They end because something else needs to begin." Tears fell freely now, from Kelly, from the audience, from millions watching at home. This was not the farewell fans wanted, but it was the one that felt real. Her co-host stood and hugged her. The band played more slowly than usual. Even the cameras lingered, reluctant to cut away. Kelly stood for the last time at that desk and looked directly into the lens, the same lens that had watched her grow, laugh, stumble, and shine. "Thank you," she said, "for letting me into your mornings, and for understanding why this time I have to choose my heart." When the screen faded to commercial, nothing felt the same. Fans would wake up the next morning expecting her voice, her smile, her familiar rhythm, only to remember she was gone. But somewhere beyond the studio walls, Kelly Ripa was exactly where she needed to be, not as a host, not as a star, but as someone who chose love when the world expected her to choose fame. And that, somehow, made the goodbye even more heartbreaking.